Shri Mangendra Swarupji, Honorable Secretary, Board of Management, D.A.V PG College, Dehradun. Dr. Ajay Saxena Sir, Principal, D.A.V PG College, Dehradun. Dr. V.M. Shashi Kumar Sir, National President, SEAM, India, and Professor Rama Mathuri Ma'am, Head and Dean, Department of Education, HND Garhwal University, Srinagar, and all other honorable and esteemed guests, panelists, keynote speakers, and participants. It is a matter of great pleasure to have you all connected in the inaugural session of International Webinar on the theme Contemporary Teaching Pedagogy in a Pluralistic Society. The contemporary teaching pedagogy emphasizes learning-centered methods of teaching learning process. Learning-centered pedagogy acknowledges both learner-centered and teacher-centered pedagogy to be effective, provided local context, number of students in the class, the physical environment, and learning materials, etc. are considered. To understand the concept of contemporary teaching pedagogy, we must know what pedagogy means, what are the pedagogical approaches, and what are the modern teaching methods, and what are the implications of these methods in a pluralistic society. The word pedagogy is derived from French and Latin adaptations of the Greek word, which means boy plus leader. Literally, it means a man having oversight of a child or an attendant leading a boy to school. Pedagogy is defined in 2010 by Pritchard and et al. That it is the rules and principles that guide effective and efficient activities which lead to learning. The field of pedagogy relies on educational psychology, which encompasses scientific theories of learning. Thorndike was the first SR theorist of learning theories who gave primary and secondary laws of learning and is considered as the father of contemporary educational psychology. As far as pedagogical approaches are concerned, these are 5 in number. Constructivist approach. It fosters critical thinking and provides learners with a learning environment that helps them make connections with their learnings. Role of teacher is to influence or create motivating conditions for students. Second is collaborative approach. It involves groups of learners working together to solve a problem, complete a task, or create a product. Strategies to be followed by teachers are online collaborative learning, jigsaw method, think, pair, share, and integrated process approach and peer teaching. The third integrative approach is the goal of such pedagogy is to enable the learner to master those situations he or she will have to deal with his or her professional and personal life. The role of teacher in this approach is to make sense of the learning process, differentiating matters, applying learning to practical situations, and associating learned elements. The fourth approach is inquiry-based approach. It deals with investigation, exploration, search, quest, research, and study. The strategies to be used by teachers are simulation, demonstration, experiential learning, field study, and project work. The fifth approach of pedagogy is reflective approach, means looking at what the teacher and learner do in the classroom, thinking about why they do it and analyzing about it if it works. This is a process of self-evaluation and self-observation. The strategies used are self-evaluation and self-reflection. To develop metacognition, teachers should ask the students to write diaries, to prepare reports, and to write papers in journals. We know that metacognition is awareness of one's cognitive activities. Now coming to the modern methods of teaching. Modern teaching methods which fall under these 5 pedagogical approaches are, we all are familiar with these, but I have to repeat these. These are collaborative learning, spaced learning, flipped classroom, self-learning, gamification, walk teaching, crossover learning, and traditional methods which are still followed in the schools and educational institutions. Now coming to these methods one by one in brief. Collaborative learning is, in this modern teaching method, teachers form a group of students where they can solve their problem, debates on topics, and clear their queries. This helps in developing social skills and allows students to understand the subject faster. Second method, spaced learning. In this method, teachers repeat a lesson multiple times, basically until the students understand entirely. However, the teacher repeats the course with 10 minutes spaces or gaps in between the lessons. The gap is meant to refresh the mind by playing physical activities or mindfulness techniques, which prepares them for the next session of the same lesson. This method gives the students interval to inherit the knowledge and create connections between learnings. Next method is flipped classroom, very popular one nowadays, getting very popular nowadays. In this method, the teaching procedure takes place in a flipped manner. Students study new material or content at home by themselves, by watching a video tutorial, search online, or work on the content usually shared by the teacher. They do not need to complete the homework at home. Indeed, they end it at the school. Next method is self-learning. It deals with curiosity, and curiosity leads the learner to learn new and more always. Students get motivated to explore the subjects they are interested in. Teaching students to operate the internet and find results themselves helps them to be self-dependent and gives the deep understanding of the content. Next method is gamification. Teaching through games is one of the essential modern methods for elementary and preschool students. Teacher is responsible to plan and design projects that will be suitable for the students of their respective age. Teachers can organize online quiz, puzzles, or brain games. This is a fun learning method to teach. Next is WAP.
Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm really very sorry to interrupt. We are running short of time. I would request you to kindly sum up your speech.
Okay, fine.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Just in concluding, so these methods are walk and then crossover learning, the blended learning, and all of you know about it. And about the pluralistic society, Usha ma'am has already told you what a pluralistic society is. And then lastly, I'll conclude by saying that The teacher should be flexible and careful enough in selecting their pedagogical approaches based upon the school environment. Contemporary teachers know and understand the needs and talents of their students. Contemporary learning environments inspire students to be leaders of their own learning. Students collaborate and use critical and creative thinking to solve complex problems and become mindful global citizens. Hereby, I conclude that a pluralistic society, uh, the contemporary teaching pedagogy caters to the values of inclusiveness and opportunity to all. Thank you. And